Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Chairman, for your nice words. Good morning. I would like to congratulate each one of you. You came to the right event. And I never talked about my company in the past 20, 30 years. And this year, today I'm going to share you my secrets. So listen carefully. And my secrets are how you fail. And there's many secrets of how you fail. If you can avoid those secrets, then you'll be successful. So today we're talking about how you raise capital, how you grow your business. Well, failure to business, the first killer to a business is run out of money or cannot raise enough capital in time. So today we're going to talk about how you raise money to sustain your business. So again, good morning. I came from Washington, D.C. I founded my company, AppCo Inc. It's in my resume 30 years ago. And 30 years is not a very easy way. It's like a super roller coaster. And most of the roller coaster ride was about money. And then I founded a small subsidiary that involved in high-tech area called 3ETI, 3E Technology International. It was sold 2 years ago, and last year I sold my parent company, AppCo. And then I started a new company called AppLog. It's an advanced logistic company. It has no conflict with the original one I sold, so I can still survive. So you can tell that I enjoy this 30-year coaster ride, and I'm getting another new startup just like you, some of you doing. So you can tell I really enjoy it. First of all, I'd like to share with the story of an animal species on Earth called salmon. You always get that fish dish in a restaurant. And 15 years ago, I was working on a U.S. Coast Guard project, environmental engineering project. I ended up in Ketchikan, Alaska. And people said, this is a salmon spawning pure kind, you better go watch. And I went. It was so impressive. Millions of salmon left their native habitats, seawater, went through brackish water, swim upstream fiercely to a freshwater area. You can see millions and millions of them were forbidden to harvest. Otherwise, you could have all kinds of salmon on your dinner table. Well, most of them died. They spawned. Eggs got fertilized, and the parents died. Well, zillions and zillions of eggs got laid on the riverbed, on the pond bed. And the mortality rate of those eggs are very high because, the dead body of the ancestors. The fertile parents died, and they sucks up a lot of dissolved oxygen in the water. Eggs do need water, air, just like we do. So they got suffocated to death. Well, some of the eggs become prey by other animal species. So, still, because they zillions of them, so you could have millions of them going back to the motherland seawater. Well, they will grow during their process. They will be just feedstock to other species. This is a wildlife kingdom. And the mortality rate is like maybe millions to one. Only one will survive. And this is the same example as the capital world. Okay? Only one out of, 10,000, a million companies founded today will survive in the next year. 5% will be left. And then 2 years later, 2% will be left. 3 years later, 1.5%. As opposed to baby got born today, before World War I, World War II, the baby mortality rate was very high. But today, baby's mortality is like 99%. If you don't have a healthy baby born, something wrong with you. You didn't have health insurance coverage. But the mortality rate of business is very high. It's like 99% died, only 1% left after 7 years. How many companies last 25 years? Not many. The company name like Hewlett Packard, Dell, Google is less than 10 years old, 12 years old. Microsoft, 26, 27 years old. Even the baby bells, they were reborn from the old bells. They're very young. Those companies that can say I have 100 years on my back are law firms. Okay? You look at all the brand name. You visit Best Buy yesterday, it was only 20 years old or something like that. So, what kind of fate are you facing, entrepreneurs? Very odd. The odd is against you. So, we're lucky to have MBDA, Department of Commerce, coming here to share us experience. And they're here to help us spawning, lay those eggs, get fertilizer, and grow up and release us back to the big sea to fight those whales and sharks and other animals. Animal kingdom of capital. So that's the thing. The business of salmon, the saga go on and on and on and on and on for millions of years. And they survived to tell us a story. This is my experience in Ketchikan, Alaska. And this is a good analogy of the capital world. Okay? XM radio, how old is that? Human genome science, Celera that broke the DNA codes, human codes, how old are they? 10 years old. So, we're facing a problem that you will die. 99% of us will die. Now, how do we survive that? Here's the secret, the success. I got 4 aims, which is easier to remember. The first aim is you gotta have minds, great minds. You create niches that nobody else can do. Okay? So you'll be one of the few millions of salmon that will go back to the sea and grow and be successful. Okay? Then you need to be able to manage your business. Managing the business is not just getting a partners or getting team members. You need to manage the team. Manage the time, your time, their time. Manage your resources including capital. So how much capital you can raise today, save it for tomorrow, conserve it for tomorrow. You heard so many businesses went down the tube, you know what? They got burned out. The burn rate was too high, we're too high. How come? Because they don't know how to manage their resources, their time, their team. Oh, I need one more person, that's hard. Okay, but then how you sustain the person? You need to the third aim, which is market or marketing. Marketing does something to you. Management and marketing, those 2 aims, do something to you. They will create or attract or conserve your capital. If you have the market, money will come to you. If you don't have the market, nobody will lend you money. When banks are good to you, you got good credit. You can go to banks, they don't trust you, whatever. Something wrong with the other 2 aims, which is management and market or marketing. If you get those 2 aims, I think your capital will come to your doorstep that you just turned down. I was happy 3 years ago, I turned down a joint venture capital of $13 million. It was a happy moment. And the reason I turned it down is the other aim. The money that we're talking about today, the capital, the green money. Money doesn't come to you with no conditions attached. So that $13 million came to my doorstep 3 years ago. Has a lot of strings attached. Even I can attract that money. And literally, you'll be wearing a straight jacket for many years to come. And that's one of the things about the salmon story. Okay? There are animals out there waiting for you. Now, money people. Money people to me are the most short vision people on earth. I'm sorry. I may have offended people here. Because they want the return on investment. So you have string attached. But I think they are strategic alliance with your money people. They look for good team. So you need to build your team. If you don't build a team, they're not going to listen to you. So, we're going to have our panelists talk about the side of the story, which would be good. Now, let me go back to that. And they're busy. The money people are very busy because they got bombarded by all these millions and millions of entrepreneurs. I just saw that the small business in the United States, 4 million enterprises create 4 million jobs. So one company create one job a year, something like that. Anyway, they're very busy. So you need to have that. I'll go back to the first M I talked about and end it with as the last M, which is minds. Minds means intellectual capital. It is a capital. Once you have great minds, you have good invention, you got good niches, then you can attract. Your intellectual capital can attract real capital. If you don't have that, nobody will lend you money or finance you at all. Now, what is great minds? It comes to 3 levels. One is highly desirable, niches, patents, copyright that we talked about last panel. And then the other level is average. I'm just average. I may be smarter than you in different ways. The third one is just I'm so competitive. At that level is a commodity. Okay? You got to set your price. Then how you attract capital. So, last thing I want to talk about is 3 H's. First one is you got to do your homework. Be prepared for the moment when the goddess of luck knock at your doors. And people talk about elevator right speech. In an elevator, in that 1 minute, you can share with the venture capital right in the elevator and convince him, what are you doing? You got 4 M's. You have those 4 M's in that 1 minute elevator, right? Hard work. You be prepared to do 18-hour day, 60, 80-hour week, okay, and so on and so forth. 72 hours without sleep, writing a proposal, doing a plan, developing a plan for a money person, okay? You gotta have a hard head. That means very persistent, okay? You gotta believe in yourself, and you gotta be so hard on yourself that you can take 70 no's, 100 no's. You'll be seeing so many 100 money people, and they all say no to you. You're not going to get the first yes first day in the morning. Forget about that. Okay? Remember that 1 million company will die in the next 20 years, and you will be one of them. So be prepared to get 50 no's, and you know the 51st will be yes. Okay. So you look at the Salmon story. Why are they successful? They have the drive. So if you have that drive, have those 4 M's, have those 3 H's, the money will come to your doorstep. And I wish good luck to you all. Thank you.